First up is the JAG final between two Kenyan sides. Uganda in the red strip, playing against Homeboyz in the yellow and blue strip. Both Uganda and Homeboyz have had a very torrid tournament and will be looking to finish on a high in the final game for both teams for the 18th edition of the Safaricom Sevens. First ever JAG competition in the 17-year history of the tournament. Setting us off is Aaron Lubisia kicking deep. Homeboyz maintaining the form on defense. Uganda look to actually break on through, and they jinx right through Kotakal, and Justin Kimono takes the ball. And almost, Justin Kimono shows some great strength there to shrug off three defenders, but gets halted right in his tracks. Uganda still retain possession. They spread it on wide. Seem to have numbers. Oh, sorry, there's a Ugandan player who looks like he's struggling down. Still a bit up. Emmanuel Otodo opens the scoring for Uganda. Uganda 5, Homeboyz 0. Ugandans, great supporters of the Safaricom Sevens tournament, have been at each and every tournament since 1996. Always good to have our neighbors coming into Nairobi to play in this prestigious annual event. Pop pass got right into the arms of Emmanuel Otodo, who basically did what he was required to do, just waltzed right into the try line area and made it count. Referee has stopped play because seems to be a couple of players who are suffering, and they're being attended to by the medical team. Point Jasper is ready to kick us off. We just have to wait until we can get the clear that all the players are in tip-top shape. The referee seems to be happy with that. And such kick us off after scoring the try is Owen Jasper of Uganda. Homeboyz managed to tap the ball back and move into an uncharacteristic ball and held up by the Ugandans. I don't foresee them getting the ball out. He managed to drag it to the ground, but I don't think the referee will let that go on through. That will be a turnover ball for Uganda. Great effort shown by Uganda there in keeping the Homeboyz players up, who Homeboyz seem to be out of sorts. Asman Mugerwa there putting his power and upper body strength to hold up the Homeboyz challenge and turn over the ball. For all the viewers that are joining us, this is the first of 5 finals in the 18th edition of Safaricom Sevens tournament. This is a JAG final. In red, playing from left to right on your screens, is the Ugandan national team. And in the yellow strip with blue shorts is Homeboyz from Kenya. Referee seems to actually, I beg your pardon, I'm not too certain of it. It looks like it was Hansi Drag. Emmanuel Otodo quick off the ball, deciding to quickly take advantage of the lull the Homeboyz are showing. Emmanuel Otodo scores the second try. Uganda pull on ahead, 12 points to 0.
Well, Uganda now in the driving seat of this game. 2 excellent scores there, 2 excellent tries. Homeboyz simply haven't found their footing in this game, and Uganda in the driving seat so far. Homeboyz have barely gotten out of their own half, and it's going to be now chasing this game. They need to get a bit of possession in this game and get some points on the board, but it's all about possession here. They seem to have been in that position, and Ugandans seem to be much more adept at the mauling and the physical, the cold face and everything else. They seem to be the better team here right now.
Great vision shown by Emmanuel Otodo there to land Uganda. Second try, conversion was good, so Uganda pull on ahead, 14 points to 0. Homeboyz still yet to respond to the Ugandan onslaught.
And Homeboyz back in contention here right now. It's a good build-up play by Homeboyz.
And Stanley Lunani manages to break through 2 weak tackles. Close up by Justin Kimono, who makes a super tackle. Ball still is in play. Homeboyz need to actually ensure they can keep the ball, and they do not. Uganda managed to survive the scare. Stanley Lunani doing really well to actually break through 2 tackles, but Justin Kibono showing proper speed, presence of mind to cut down Stanley Lunani's bust.
Lunani, I think, made a very brilliant lane break there, but once again, there was no support with him. And that would have been a great try-scoring opportunity for Homeboyz, but once again, there was no support play. Had he gotten someone running on his shoulder, left shoulder perhaps, Homeboyz would have had a try there, but a missed opportunity for them. But they still have a chance. It's an attacking scrum for them. And Homeboyz attacking. What can they do with this ball? They need to get something on the board. They are trailing by 14 points to 0 to Safaricom Sevens. The first of our 5 finals here. The first of our 5 finals, the jerk final. 1.5 minutes to go to the end of the first half. Uganda leading 14 points to 0 in the jerk final. And the Homeboyz with lots of possession now. The referee has given them a free kick from there. What can they do with this ball? What can they do? Oh, what an error there. What an error by Homeboyz in a promising position. And Uganda now on the counter. On the counter, but I don't think it's going to go. Oh, he's off.
Philip Areo with a great turn of speed, literally just motoring away and scoring Uganda's 3rd try of the game. Uganda want to finish this half on a high and ensure that there's daylight between themselves and Homeboyz. 3rd try for Uganda with the conversion pending. Uganda 19, Homeboyz 0.
From a promising position of Homeboyz, they had the ball there for like a couple of phases, but that knock-on has resulted in a Uganda try. And Pario Philip on the afterburners. And Uganda are in the driving seat now, 19 points to 0. And Homeboyz seem to be in the battle in the 6s and 7s as we speak right now. They just don't know what has hit them. Uganda in the driver's seat. It's a good conversion there. Uganda in the lead here, 21 points to 0 with 3 seconds to the end of the first half. And Uganda set to kick off again to Homeboyz. What can Homeboyz? Oh, another knock-on. There seems to be a problem with the Homeboyz players. Very butterfingers, dropping the ball. And the referee spares them any more heartache by blowing for the halftime whistle. Uganda leading 21-0 in the first of all 5 finals, the bowl final. Uganda in the lead against Homeboyz. And this is the Safaricom Sevens, the 18th edition here at the Moi International Sports Center. The first of all 5 finals, and the neighbors from Kampala, Uganda, are leading by 21 points to 0 against Homeboyz. And what will Pao Murunga tell his charges here right now? They have been completely outclassed in the first half. And even when the opportunities presented themselves, they were not there. And basic errors really hurting Homeboyz right now. But the game of sevens has thrown some surprise scores and results. But they need to get an early score in the first half. Uganda 21, Homeboyz 0.
Of course, still some very interesting matches still lined up. Up next at the Jack final will be the Shield final, between 2 Kenyan teams, KCB versus Nakuru. The Bowl final will also have 2 Kenyan teams, Impala RFC playing against Mwamba. Both teams having won the National Sevens circuit in Kenya in previous years. The late final will see Western Bulls from Kenya play against CBA Samurai, who were very unlucky not to make it into the final. And the third players playoff will have Western Province from Cape Town in South Africa playing against Kenya Morans. And the showstopper will actually wrap us down, Shuja versus the Australian Renegades, making their maiden appearance at the Safaricom Sevens tournament and indeed getting into the final. So it looks like we're ready to start off with the second half. Owen Jasper just having a look over his shoulder. Looks like he's waiting for a go ahead from the rest of his players to kick us off. And 7 minutes to the first trophy of the tournament, the JAG competition.
Oh, some very unconventional stuff there from the Homeboyz. Instead of going for the ball, he's just kicked it.
Curtis Katembo clearly has remembered that rugby is called rugby football and a bit of the football in there. You're allowed to kick in rugby, but not a wayward kick.
Yes.
Yes. So that is rugby football. That was more of the football in the rugby.
Interesting there from Homeboyz. It's going to be a Uganda line-out and Justin Kimono.
Clear sign of desperation from the line-out. The referee decides to play advantage. Darren Lubisia trying to look for a runner. Gets Sunny Lunani. Does Lunani make it count? Draws in 2 players. They need to actually kick the quick ball out. The Ugandans are not actually challenging on the ruck. They're basically finding one out wide. That is Reggae. Reggae puts a very wayward pass to Curtis Katembo. This time unleashing the rugby in the rugby football acronym.
Good footwork from him. Control the ball with his right leg and bounced nicely, sat for him nicely into the arm.
Shockingly, the referee does not seem to think that was a penalizable offense because Uganda is not rolling it. Stanley Lunani throwing in 2 defenders always seems to keep anyone around him interested.
Homeboyz are not going forward. That's the problem for me. They're not gaining yardage in terms of goal, in terms of momentum.
I think when you have a player such as Stanley Lunani and you know that he will always keep the defense interested, when you have 1 or 2 players running off his shoulder, then definitely always be, 9 out of 10 times, try scoring opportunities that need to be taken. Curtis Katembo throwing in 2 defenders, Stanley Lunani. Lunani basically passes to the termites on the grass. Homeboyz still recover, still on the onslaught. Good work there by Edward Amunabi. Amunabi takes the ball down onto the deck. Homeboyz need to really make something count from this lovely interplay. And Reggae spots a gap, but it's quickly cut down. And the referee plays advantage for Uganda.
A good attacking break from Homeboyz as they tried to look for that elusive try. They had momentum there, but just stopped short by the Ugandan defense. And it's still Uganda 21, Homeboyz nil with 3.5 minutes to go to the end of this game. Our first final of the day of the Safaricom Sevens 2013 here at the Moi International Sports Centre, Kasarani. Uganda versus Homeboyz.
Bright sunshiny day in
Justin
Nairobi.
Kimono, he is such a threat in loose play. And that's not a pass that found some, but the Ugandans have been able to retrieve it. That looked to me like a forward pass, but oh, and Kimono is gone. Justin Kimono with a brilliant try there. There was no way Homeboyz were going to catch him, and they extend their lead to 26-0.
Shows a clean pair of heels, Justin Kimono. Burst onto the international limelight 3 years ago when he played for the Uganda national team at the tender age of 19. He did actually build in a bit of interest from South African teams, but they claimed to state that he was quite small. Between then and now, it looks like he's actually gone into the gym and he looks quite bulky, Kimono.
Yeah, he looks a bit bigger and stronger.
Earlier in the day, playing against Rwanda, he put in a very harsh tackle on previously dazzled Rwandese player.
Yes, early in the day, yes, we saw what he could do also defensively. Very strong tackler, put his shoulder out, and the Rwandese just went backward. And Uganda 28, Homeboyz 0, with 3 minutes remaining of this jug final. Homeboyz clearly rattled, outplayed. And once again, Uganda win the kickoff again. Homeboyz not contesting, ball watching, and here come the Ugandans.
Quick interplay between Ramadan Govule and Ben Onkiza. Ben Onkiza takes the ball on the deck. Quick ball out by Keith Seruyange. Seruyange quickly moves it back to Ramadan Govule. Govule pops it back out to Ezekiel Okol. It's a free for all, goes back to Keith Seruyange. Seruyange draws into defenders, pops the ball out to Owen Jasper. Owen, it looks like a free for all. It's basically all over the place. The referee needs to go for something, and indeed he does. A judge has almost have gone on in. Quick take by Keith Seruyange. Quick interchange with Ramadan Govule. Govule back to Seruyange. Seruyange almost spills it.
Almost
the ball goes back. Uganda still with the possession. Benon Kiza. The referee calls it back. Wasn't too happy about the defense that Homeboyz had on the previous penalty.
Yes.
Holds back for the penalty. Tries to control it. Owen Josper decides to pass it. This time he actually holds it. Benon Kiza manages to hold it and scores a try for Uganda. 5th try for Uganda. Ugandan pull on ahead. 33 points to 0. Try scorer Benon Kiza.
This is arguably a one-sided game so far. Uganda just toying with Homeboyz in this game. From the kickoff, excellent first play, and Uganda, I think, have settled this game. It's a no contest here. Homeboyz simply outclassed, outplayed, being toyed around here by the Ugandans in this game. And Uganda will surely win the first trophy on offer of the day here at the Safaricom Sevens at the Mo International Sports Center, the 18th edition at this magnificent, very huge stadium here off Thika Road.
3 words for this game: outclassed, outmuscled, outwitted. All out rugby. That's the 4th one.
Hillary has taken the words out of my mouth. It's been one-way traffic from Uganda, and Homeboyz simply haven't turned up. Uganda now with a 33-0 lead with a couple of minutes remaining to the end of this match.
Homeboyz seeking to finish the flourish, but no, they will definitely not flourish if they keep on doing the same things that they've been for the first half. They say insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results.
You spoke too soon there. A dropped pass, but the referee has given advantage to Homeboyz. So can they salvage something from this game with 15 seconds to go?
Ramadan Govule almost scoring Uganda's 6th try, but the referee calls him back for some indiscretion in there. Edward Abunabi takes the ball in. Final hooter goes. The referee puts his hand up. We need to actually ensure that the ball has to get into breakage before the game can be completed. Referee judges the ball to have been held up. And at the blow, the final whistle, Uganda 2013 JAG category winners of the Safaricom Sevens event. 18th edition of Safaricom Sevens.
Our very first ever JAG competition at the Safaricom Sevens goes to Uganda. We've never had the JAG competition before. It's been a 16-team tournament for the past 17 years, but now being a 20-team tournament, the JAG has gone to Uganda. 33 points to 0 winners.